Hi, Paul Gorney from Luxury Living in Chicago. I'm in Wilmette, Illinois today, one of the most highly ranked areas in the Chicago area as far as schools, places to live, places to run raise a family by niche.com. So a lot of things are changing in Wilmette. Call, text, email if you need anything at all. One of the very top agents in Wilmette and the Chicago area, and have been for the last 30 years, and have a lot of resources and know-how in the area. So here's the deal: Wilmette's changing quite a bit. Lots of new construction, spiking home sales. Things are hot, to say the least, in Wilmette. Very, very hot. Things are so hot in Wilmette right now that there's homes selling for insane prices. This one right here that I'll show you a little bit more about later, one car garage, has a steep driveway into that garage that pools water a lot. Just sold for almost $300,000, more than I would say it's worth just ever. I mean, I think it's an extreme price where people could definitely lose $200,000-$300,000 in the future, potentially, because of the price they paid. But amazing for property values. New construction, like the one right here, walking down the street. This one right here just sold for $2.4 million, which is about $500,000, $600,000 more than it would have sold 2 years ago. So we're talking about extreme differences. So amazing what the property values are doing. Tons of renovations. Someone's renovating a home right over here. I mean, it's just everywhere, because the lake is on one side, and a lot of homes. People want to live here. They want to renovate homes. There's no more land to be had. It's very limited supply in Wilmette, so things are tight supply wise, and it's really tough to find what you want, and prices have just skyrocketed as a result. So the other thing with Wilmette is they've done a lot of infrastructure work. The whole downtown is all new benches, new stoplights, new everything. So it's pretty tremendous. I'll be putting this home on the market in just a few days. It's a great home in a great neighborhood, close to the schools. We've gotten it already, all prepped. Still have a few things to do, but it should fly off the market and for a great price. Again, the demand, you can hear the birds chirping, quiet, peaceful, easy to walk to the schools downtown, which is all redone, like I said. The restaurants, people just walking to get coffee. Just a quiet, beautiful place. This is really what Wilmette's all about. There's various neighborhoods. They're all, slightly different, but all very beautiful and desirable. So the new construction basically went from 1.8 to 2.4 now, simply put, in the last couple of years. Big mistake people make when they move to Wilmette is settling. Settling because of the lack of supply. Sometimes people will live in a house a couple years and then decide, oh, that's not really the part I wanted to be in. They'll sell their house and move. I've seen it a few times. Usually people coming from the city who don't really understand things down to the level they should. People will, a lot of people will connect personally with someone that knows a realtor or something. There's quite a few realtors in Wilmette that sell a very limited number of homes, and it's just through personal connection, more so than anywhere else I've seen. So very something to look out for. This block across the street has new homes that have all been built, some of the beautiful new construction, and then behind me existing renovated 120-year-old homes, which are still very common in Wilmette, probably always will be. So here's the deal: the schools, public, private, both types of schools are highly ranked, as is the suburbanniche.com. So great options, tremendous number of preschools, by the way. One of the strongest things, most popular things about Wilmette is the sense of community. Many groups, varied interests, from politics to sports to paddle to different clubs, golf clubs, Michigan Shore Club, running clubs, biking groups. Being by the lake offers a lot of great things. A great example is the Wilmette Women's Club right behind me. Unfortunately, there was a fire that burnt down most of the building years ago. They just completed the construction. It's absolutely gorgeous. They have fundraisers here for schools, different groups in the community meet here. It's a beautiful, beautiful location now that it's all been redone. Most of the homes in Wilmette are more expensive than in other areas. Typically a very popular price range is $800,000 to about $1.4 million. That's kind of the go-to bread and butter price range of East Wilmette, and probably Mackenzie area too, which is a little bit further away from the lake than East Wilmette. As you get further west in Wilmette, there are more affordable options, $500,000-$600,000 homes, plenty of them. There's also some more expensive areas getting closer to the expressway, which are comparable to East Wilmette. So the typical homes, when people are coming from out of town or in the city, are typically in that $800,000 to $1.4 range for most people. It's very common. Just while I'm passing here, this is Central Street, which leads all the way down to the lake. It's just a beautiful, quiet Sunday morning right now. Not many people out yet. And then right behind me is Central School. You can see big fields, playground, great school. That's K through 4. They have a great, kindergarten welcoming event at the beginning of the year. They have so many great events there. It'll make your head spin. Visiting authors of children's books, great teachers. Getting a job there or any Wilmette school is quite the feat. There's thousands of applicants for the job. Typically teachers very, very experienced, highly educated, well thought of, just highly ranked schools. Wilmette's also becoming a very big hotspot for any kind of rentals that you can squeeze in here. This is an old building that's being renovated into apartments. There are very few rentals in Wilmette. Very hard to even find a home to rent sometimes. I mean, they are available, but they are hard to find, especially if you have particular tastes. But like this rental is pretty interesting. They're putting in here really nothing else like it in the neighborhood. And then if you go downtown Wilmette, they've actually built a brand new rental building. So people who are just coming into town initially will live there sometimes Has a lot of amenities, beautiful new building. Again, these are all changes, new things to Wilmette, making it a little less sleepy. In addition to the rentals, there are some townhouse complex behind me, and then a condo building right here by downtown. This is a nice building. Have clients look in here that are downsizing, that want parents to live close to them that are downsizing. Very nice, sharp building, right by all the retail and restaurants in downtown Wilmette. I'll show you a bit of that. Can't usually do this, but early Sunday morning, a little sunny here, but this is downtown Wilmette. I can say it's hopping on Friday and Saturday nights now. Just booming with the restaurants, people out, you see neighbors, you meet new people. Food is fantastic. People come from Winnetka, Chicago, all over to experience it and eat here. And then you have the Wilmette Theater, which is showing small theater, showing a few first run movies. One thing I would say is it's tough to find homes in Wilmette. I sell a lot of off-market properties and have been very successful in doing that. Much of the luxury properties definitely will trade off market, because a lot of times people, the more money they have, the more flexibility they have and the less pressure on them they have. So they may entertain selling if it just kind of suits them at the moment. And it's good to know those people and their situations and potential options, and also the quality of the build and the finishes compared to others that aren't on the market that may be coming on in the future, so that you're well positioned when you buy and then when you sell. So call, text, email anytime if you want to know about off-market options, want to know about Wilmette, how to make a smart purchase, and understand the area from someone that's lived in the area their entire life. Here's some more of the restaurants that have just gone in. Sophia's Steakhouse. A lot of people come for that. They have many restaurants in that restaurant group. Very, very highly thought of, highly, just highly ranked. Great reviews, great food. I can attest to that. And you have a little alley right here. They're going to be redoing this alley downtown Wilmette, selling bricks, redoing it. They're kind of going to incorporate it into the downtown area. At least they're talking about it. I don't know if it's final approval yet. Just walking over by the train station. On the weekends, there's a farmer's market behind here, which is great. And then you have Lefty's Pizza behind me, which, if you're coming from the city, or if you've ever been to Pequod's Pizza in Lincoln Park in the city, the recipe is very similar. A lot of people love it. A little bit thicker crust. So you have the farmer's market, you have the metro train here to go downtown, you have downtown, which has been redone quite a bit. And I'm gonna walk over here. So behind me here, there's the metro train station, and you can see a huge crane. That's for another new rental building going up by Optima, which is a huge rental apartment developer. And then you have Fuel right here, which is where I'm headed right now. Great breakfast spot. And then above Fuel, there's a few commercial spaces. You have I think a Pilates, physical therapy. There's a hand car wash right here. Sometimes people just give their keys to the hand car wash people, let them know they're eating next door, about 5 feet away in the restaurant, which is a nice benefit. Good way to get a car wash. So I'm at Fuel right now. They were just I come here pretty often. they were just asking me what I was doing with the videos. Found it interesting. Have a new video most weeks. Just call, text, email if you have questions at all. I should mention while I'm here at Fuel that one of my former clients when he was in Chicago used to come here all the time, Khalil Mack. I think he was, I don't know if he was Defensive Player of the Year one year, but All-Pro player from Chicago Bears.